Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, get my audio's in.
Yep, right, good to go. Hey there guys, and welcome to Season 3 of GRL. This is round 5 for the Spanish Grand Prix here at the Circuit de Catalunya. I am with Owen, and also this is
Hello.
its full 17, I just forgot to introduce myself. And I'm
Oh,
alongside with, for the second time, George.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm
Very,
doing
very
well as
good.
well. I'm doing well as well. Oh my god, what's wrong with your words today? This is the poor start to a stream.
And Bob's already out.
Yep, Stepladder Bob
Just
is
got
already out.
just got a
Ninja's
just
coming out
got a
well
report
on the
for
super
the
softs.
weather,
All weather report,
and
yep.
it's gonna be dry in the quali, but cloudy in the race. So basically, dry and
Ooh.
overcast.
Circuit de Catalunya is very, very popular in the Formula 1 calendar, where tons of emotional moments happened in the real life Formula 1, one of which was in 2012, where Pastor Maldonado won the Spanish Grand Prix for the first time. First and only time. And also the likes of, if I can remember, its racing history. It was also when that in 1991 Ayrton Senna and Nigel Mansell went down the entire front straight side by side while duelling for second place. Basically the long straight where Bob is now to start his final lap.
There's only 6 drivers to us now, so this is
There
going
is
to
a couple of people that are missing, one of which is Aaron Dazzler and P1R Brown and Sonogo, which is a little bit unfortunate from them too, or them three.
Also, Stewie and his teammate?
Yes, Stewie, and I don't know what whose his teammate is.
Marley.
Yeah, but Marley is there, so, oh well.
But as we see Stepladder Bob going down the first
So as we
place
find out
now.
what Stepladder Bob's lap for the benchmark for the 6 drivers, we will do some upcoming news of some of the teams and also some of the updates that they are currently being uploaded for the car.
Here comes Bob.
Stepladder Bob goes out of the last corner, crosses the line, does 179.
Cool.
No,
It's a good lap.
It's a very, very good banker lap, that is.
It looks like Squiddy's the only one on the softs until we know about Nicky Taylor. Who's still under pits.
We'll have a look at Brandon. Well, out of that chicane is actually very, very tricky if you misjudge the first part right. Crosses the line, it was 118.4.
And
Max applies it with a
117.4.
117.4, half a second quicker.
Yes,
On
means that the
Squiddy.
house has improved a
In
lot.
the pits. Squiddy's gone in the pits.
Seems like Squiddy's.
Well, it does actually look like he has
issue.
front wing damage. I'm not sure.
But
Like he wasn't very happy.
I believe the biggest news on the updates is the Haas. Bill, could you give us more detail?
What, for GP1.1?
Yeah,
Yes, for Haas, they've actually come out and said that their new upgrade for the chassis, I think it's the rear part of the chassis, it helps contribute to the weight distribution so they can run a lot higher ballast. And that's actually quite particularly decent around this track because it isn't that much of a power circuit, it's more of a handling circuit. Some more news. Red Bull is actually planning to do I think it's a front end plate rework, but they are quite skeptical on when the upgrade will be placed on the car. At best, they're saying that they could possibly get it at France on the minimum, but some of the news outlets said that it could possibly go onto Britain for
Now
the
that is
upgrade.
one.
It's
that
very
is one
long,
big-
which is going to give them a bit of a disadvantage. Not having that aero upgrade a lot sooner. So as Lecky goes into the pits, doesn't want it. He has done setting one lap with a 1:18.0. So we're now
Squiddy
going on
to come
to
out on
on
super
softs.
softs.
now go on to
board
Nicky
with
Taylor.
Change the
Taylor.
tyres.
I think there has been a bit of an upgrade to the Williams.
Yes, I think for people that can't tell, if you look on the technical shark fin at the top, you can see there's like a little divider. Now they're saying that it contributes better airflow and hoping for the car to be more aerodynamic on the straights. They're not sure how it's going to fare out into the corners, especially onto the long right turn 3 and turn 4, but they'll be finding out in the coming races. For example, if I can remember, which will be Germany.
Especially on those first two long straights in turn 1 and turn 3.
Turn 1 and on to turn 3, yes. For the 7 people that are viewing this, if you would like to ask us any questions or whether the other team could be doing some upgrades, let us know by messaging either Owen199966 or George Bale, and we will try and answer them as best as possible. So as Nicky Taylor goes out of the last corner, it does a 1:19.2.
Seems like he's losing a little bit of downforce. Or he's just losing a bit of speed.
I think it actually shows that the front, the chassis upgrade isn't coming up to play. They've got one more race left before that upgrade reaches 100%. For people that do not know, that the Williams has done the rear wing for the aerodynamics sorted, but the struggling
As
to
we
get
see
the
Squiddy going down the main straight, does a 1:17.5.
1:17.5. And as I was saying with the Williams, they got the rear wing sorted, but they haven't got the front wing sorted. It's just missing that extra element. Get that car more lively.
And just a message, I believe that Brandon said he's got a gearbox problem on the line.
Oh.
Ooh.
I don't know.
And could this be the reason in the, I think it's the Azerbaijan, I think he was pushing that car very well at Azerbaijan. Do you think that could possibly be the causes of the gearbox wear?
Could be, I'm not too sure.
What do you think?
Well, if he's if he's just 4 tenths slower than Lecky, then
Well, at the moment, he
Right.
knows for sure that on them supers, on the supers, he knows for sure that he can possibly get like an extra 6 tenths off of that, like in the 1:17.8. But having the gearbox problem, it just hinders like hitting the power on as quickly as possible.
I guess they try and get that sorted out for at least Monaco.
I think they've
Or
only
it
got
could
one
just
race
be-
until they can do the gearbox change. So it looks like he'll have that one gearbox at the Monaco Grand Prix.
Yeah, which is kind of a tough track to get
That means
right.
That means he also has to nurse the car a lot a lot more. It needs to give it a bit more work of nursing the car, because you don't want to damage the gearbox.
I believe Stepladder Bob is thinking of going out as he's on fresh super softs. We're in the pits.
So we're about halfway through into this short qualifying, just so you know that we are doing short qualifying, because if we have like 10 or less drivers, it'll be initiated the short qualifying session. If it's 10 or above, it'll be full qualifying.
I'm getting messages galore right now, bloody hell.
I'm lonely down here. Jesus Christ. Someone text me.
Yeah, not only that, people don't always message one person. We do have another commentator that can take your messages as well.
So I have to just text me now saying, yeah, we know, we just don't want to text and talk to him. Bit mean.
So as we are waiting for one of the other drivers to come out and do their out lap to warm the tyres up. Grid are as follows: Ginger Ninja Maxwell first with a 1:17.4, Squiddy with a 1:17.5, Snowblower Bob with a 1:17.9, Lecky with a 1:18.0, Brandon with a 1:18.4 but currently having gearbox problems, and Nicky Taylor running a 1:19.2.
I think that if this session keeps going the way it is, I think Max will get well,
And I think I've also
Fontaine
been given some confirmation from GP3. I think it's either from GP3 in the race. McLaren are speculating of doing a engine upgrade.
I believe Brandon might be starting on the softs. Has it got news coming?
As Taylor goes out now to do his lap.
I don't know if that gearbox was to do
Flying
with
lap.
this,
Oh,
but I believe believe in
language.
sorry, I believe I had news about the Force India starting on the softs.
Right, so basically,
Nicky
Taylor's just lost the back end a little bit onto turn 4.
No softs, so you get a little bit of wheel spin.
Yeah,
Left.
I think the tyre carcass, I don't think it's the front left, I think it was the rear left. It's just got a little bit out of shape.
I think he's fighting the car to go around the corner.
He's trying to wrestle the car around, yeah, he's trying to maintain the exact speed as you see with Force Indias and Red Bulls.
Yep, Lucky is also out as he is driving around, and I get my first message. Yay! Nene first just texts me saying if he is okay to join the race.
Well,
He'll be at the back anyway, so.
he obviously knows that if he races in this one, he does not get any points. So to be honest, does he really want to do that, or does he want to be a title contender for GP1?
Yeah.
Now that's an ultimatum for him.
Yeah.
Not only that, he hasn't done any explanation, so I'd say no. Just ignore it, Owen.
That's me.
Ooh, as Nicky Taylor loses it on the hairpin, goes a little bit wide on the AstroTurf, and he's joined.
Yeah, he won't be able to get points in.
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake. Well, if Nath wants to join this, he won't get any points in GP1, so...
Nope. If he decides to race at GP1 tomorrow. So...
The admin will have to tell him, saying that he won't get any points. As we see Lecky, who's on the
fresh
end
set.
of...
Does actually look like Brandon is on a flyer, but it seems to be pressuring Lecky a little bit. So that kind of caused a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, he just...
As Lecky
Brandon
crosses
does
the
have a...
line, does a 1:17.6.
No, Nath, I meant not get points for this race. I meant for the, like, if you were going to race tomorrow race, then you will get points in that, not in this one. That's I screwed my words there, didn't I?
Yeah, but the thing is though, for people that are in GP1 and are deciding to race in 1.1, if you're racing in 1.1 and you get points, you won't be getting points at the division that you have been accustomed with. Thus making your
So,
option of being a title contender for the division that you were accustomed to or drafted to, then
But
what's the point?
I know, but he's just asking, will he get points tomorrow?
No.
No. Sorry.
If he gets points in 1.1.
Well, you're gonna get points anyway in 1.1. That's if you survive the war.
It does look like
Forward
he is going out for another lap.
We have enough time though.
I think he's got enough fuel. Snap Ladder Bob has still done a 1:17.9, so he could possibly beat Lecky's time.
Here comes Ginger Ninja Max, who does a 1:17.1.
That's a good time from the Haas.
But also here comes Squiddy, who does a 1:17.0.
1:17.0. Brilliant lap from Squiddy there.
And Lakey's
Yeah.
come off the track. It seems.
Nate, do you
No,
mean
Johnny
invite
Mac.
to party of the commentators or the party of the actual lobby?
You
I'm
know,
not
Owen,
actually sure.
that your audio is included, so don't read out loud.
I'm sorry.
But to be honest, he needs to be in the driver's party.
Okay.
Do you have any predictions of positions?
I have no clue at the moment.
Yeah. Just gonna put my audio up.
Owen, do you have any predictions of race finishing?
Race prediction.
Oh dear! Brandon's only improved by 700s. He's going to be starting 5th.
Oh.
He is on the softs.
He only managed to get 700s around this track.
Okay. Thank you.
If you would like, George, is to message Ninja Max and say,
Yeah.
send the Nath a party invite. Or just look and see who's in the party at the moment. Don't say their names.
If you're going to say names, put your audio out. Which
Or
I
just-
will do in a minute.
Just read it in your head. And we have it for the short qualifying.
Yes, I'm
And
looking
Red
at the
Bull
party. Yeah.
has green. Red Bull's seems like it's gonna be a big battle between Haas and Red Bull then.
It's going to be a very, very big battle between Squiddy and Ginger Max.
Mm.
Once the screen goes out of black, Owen, screenshot short qualifying results.
Yay! Love my job.
So there we have it for short qualifying. Squiddy will start pole with a 1:17.0, along with Ginger Ninja Max with a 1:17.1 to round up the front row of the grid. Stepladder Bob and Lecky will complete the second row of the grid, both with Bob just about 700ths down Max, and then Brandon and Taylor will be both starting on the soft tyres on the third row. There will be a 5-minute break, and the race will start at 9:30.
This race is gonna be entertaining.
Well, it's going to be entertaining for about half a lap. And it does actually see there's a little bit of mist.
Yeah, I do see a little bit of mist in the background.
Now,
I'm not
there's a
sure.
little bit of a problem with this track. Because there'll be people that'll be starting on the supers that think, oh yes, I can go for a one stop.
Nope.
No. It will never work. It's this track along with, if I can
Monaco.
remember. No. Along with
I
Canada,
yeah, Canada.
it's a 2-stop.
Yeah, definitely two-stop.
Right, anybody's got any race
Could
predictions?
put out maybe the softs, mediums, maybe, can you? Let's start with
Yeah,
softs, then
well,
put out to the mediums.
no, you're gonna have to do soft,
Even
soft
if you try and
mediums.
go for softs into the mediums, the softs will lose its tyre life about lap 12.
So that's why you need to go soft, soft mediums if you're doing that.
Or soft, medium, softs.
Yeah.
Right,
already soft.
predictions. You know what time it is, Owen? It's time for predictions.
Yay, my board's ready. Right,
Well,
George,
we'll
you're the
start off with
guest.
George. And what will be your predictions for the top 3?
I'm going the same as similar to last week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Ginger first.
Yep.
Obviously, we haven't got the
We don't have
obviously
Brown or
the
Dazzler, sadly.
yeah. So
Oh my god,
I'm gonna put
why can I not?
I'm gonna put Brandon second, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Squiddy third.
Okay.
I cannot
So
write names down for some reason.
So for people who have just joined at this moment and didn't know what the predictions that George was saying, he says that Ginger Ninja Max will be in first at the end of the race, and then it will be Brandon second, and then Squiddy third. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll now hand it over to Owen, and what will be his prediction for the top 3 at the end of the race?
My predictions will be Max first,
Yeah.
because I think that house is going to be good. Squiddy second, because I don't think that Rebel will be enough. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for Taylor third, because I think that if Taylor has a good start and stays out,
Oh, that's a little bit interesting.
Depends
Yeah.
if it happens anything last week.
Yeah.
Losing the breaking point in that corner.
right, I need to get my food, so I'll be right
Right.
back.
My prediction.
Once I get my
What were your
food,
predictions?
1 moment, let me get my food.
I think my prediction is going to be a little bit tough. Because I know that will be like at least 3 people that will be battling for first, a guaranteed second, and then third. It's a little bit interesting. Alright then. That's fine.
You were saying, Phil, with your prediction, sorry.
Well, I'm not. Well, I'm gonna wait for Owen so we can write down the predictions. But it's a lot harder than what I thought. Because I know that there's 3 drivers going to be battling for the lead, then they're guaranteed second and third. But oh, sorry. I'm not that entirely sure.
Just mean anything can happen like last week.
Yeah,
Anything can happen.
it's now 9:30. And the drivers are well and truly ready for the race. So as the drivers now start their formation lap.
What?
Again, Damien Squiddy is starting on pole, along with Ginger Ninja Max in second. Both of them having very, very good, strong qualifying. Barely holding a 10th separator between them. It's the same with Stepladder Bob. Barely holding a 10th.
And Nath spun out on the fly.
It's not going to be very well.
Phil, what was your
timed.
predictions again? Because I was getting my food.
I was waiting for you to join back, and then I was going to say my predictions.
What your predictions are?
I'm going to say Max first.
Okay, so we've gone for Max. All 3 who's gone for Max.
Lecky second.
Ooh, that's a good one. Write his name down, Owen.
And Bob third.
Okay. Oh my god, why can I not write down names?
Max,
What the
Lecky,
hell?
and Bob. That's what I'm predicting.
Max, Lucky Bob. Okay. Ah, this is gonna be a good race. We've also got the Nath at the back. We need to keep an eye on him.
So as the rest of the grid is now starting to form up.
I will actually spectate on Lecky for the start.
I've got the top 3. George watches the 5th down.
Yeah, I will.
So as the rest of the grid is forming up, we'll be now ready to start the 33 laps of the Spanish Grand Prix GP1.1. There's 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. It does actually look like the Ginger Ninja Max has actually gone off to an okay start. Squiddy actually kind of bogged down a little bit. Struggling for torque. And Stepladder Bob tries to fix it. Tries to stays behind.
Contact.
Oh, and Nath goes in the inside.
Squiddy's gearbox,
Nicky
but it does
Taylor.
actually look like the Squiddy's got away with it quite comfortably. Squiddy,
Nath
Max,
gained
and
a
Bob
position.
still stays in the same position. Same goes with Lecky, Brandon. And it does actually look like that Taylor's lost a position.
Yep.
Can he gain it back? And he
Well,
has
he's also
gained
gained
it
it
back.
back.
But it does look like he has gained it back, so it's a very, very good move from Nicky Taylor there. The Squiddy now actually increases the gap ever so slightly, about 1.5 tenths off to Ginger Ninja Max, and it does look like the Ginger Ninja Max is also increasing the gap to the car behind of Stepladder Bob as well. Here we go on to the
So
third
that's how
sector.
So the clean first corner.
It's going to be a very, very,
I like
very,
it.
very clean first corner. And it looks like it's going to be a very, very clean first lap. It's not as entirely chaotic as you might think.
Nope.
So as we go on to Ginger Ninja Max, he's actually closing ever so slightly, so that's actually gone for a lower downforce setup.
And
And
Brandon
it looks
is
like Brandon's going to
overtaking
go for a
Lakey.
move on to Lecky. As he goes onto the inside and then holds the outside. Turn 2. A very, very good move from Brandon nonetheless. So Lecky moves down
But
to
Lecky
5th.
looks like he can do the. But Lecky is backing down. Oh,
Go back onto step ladder Bob, it looks like. Also, he's kind of gaining onto Ginger Ninja Max. And it looks like, and it also, if I'm kind of right, Ginger Ninja Max is having a little bit of trouble in some of the corners. Might be because of either dirty air or blistering. As we look onto at the start of the third sector, it does look like he is struggling into the corners. As they go onto the chicane. Takes a little bit of a wider line, wider exit.
DRS is now enabled.
DRS is now enabled. Go on to Brandon, and it looks like he's closing up to step ladder Bob as well.
guess the
As
force engine is
Brandon
loaded a little bit.
goes on to turn 3, same as with step ladder Bob. There's going to be a
Yeah,
little
but
bit of
seems like
dirty air
Brandon's-
off Brandon, but Brandon's going to be holding on to the toe of step ladder Bob.
Can you do
Ooh.
more?
Oh, step ladder
Bob
Bob has a
defending the position.
little bit of a twitch on the exit of turn 4 there, but step ladder Bob defends very, very well, despite that split-second error.
Lecky.
Brandon goes on the
Lecky's also
inside.
behind them both.
Oh, and it
And
looks
step
like
ladder
Bob
Bob is
lost
out.
it.
And Brandon's hitting to him.
That's it.
That's
Brandon's
it.
hitting
He's
to
in
him,
front of the
same as
amateur.
Lecky. And Nicky Taylor's got the best advantage.
I believe there's front wing damage on the right hand side of Brandon's car.
And I think there's
There
also
is.
front wing damage on. Yes, there is on Nicky Taylor's car.
So he went too quick around that corner and lost.
Brandon's gone into the
It
pits.
seems like.
And it
Ooh.
looks like Nicky Taylor and Nave both went on the gravel trap a little bit. So Brandon,
Seems
Lecky and
when
Bob
Stepland-
all
It
pit.
seems like when Bob crashed, it looked like he caught everyone else.
Brandon's onto the mediums.
So his tyre saving strategy will do the trick to keep them mediums last for quite a while.
Also, and
Ooh,
Bob
Ginger
and
Ninja Max is losing a little bit. at the end.
Lakey. Lakey's on the sauce, but Brandon and Bob are on the mediums.
And it does actually look like that Bob and Brandon are thinking of the long term, whereas Lecky is going for a bit of a short term as Nave goes round the outside and secures a very good move just before the DRS straight.
And they went on the gravel.
So we'll go back into Ginger Ninja Max, and again he's losing the back end a little bit.
Bit of downforce problem at the back then.
It does look like it, and again a slight twitch.
It's like he has to battle with the car.
That's exactly correct. It's like he has to wrestle the car, and it does. It also does mean that the supers now start to lose their max level of grip now.
Got a little bit of lag then, but it's alright.
It's nothing major. As we go on to turn 4,
Nick
Again, a
Taylor
little bit
is
of
not giving up. his
still
position
wrestling
in
the car.
Yeah, and Taylor's on only 3 tenths slower than Nath.
Problem is though is that Nicky Taylor has got front wing damage. But it doesn't look like it seems to phase him as he has a yellow flag
Squiddy!
on the second sector, and Squiddy's gone!
Unlucky. I think he must spun out on the exit, on the entrance, well, on the exit of that turn.
I did say that the Supers are on the end of its life.
He's
And
got
it looks
his
like his tyres are now
wing damage.
officially ruined.
Yeah, he's got
As
to push them
Ginger
home.
Max, by the looks of it, he's going to go and do another lap on a one set.
The drivers
Yeah,
are pushing
Squiddy's
the
gone
limit
into
these
the
times.
Yeah, they are definitely
You
trying
can
to
see
push these
Ninja
tyres.
sliding around them corners.
Yeah.
So be very careful.
If
That's
he
what
goes
happens,
to fastest
Bob.
lap,
Lock up on the front left.
and it does look like that Nicky Taylor is losing some time off of Nath.
Well, these softs don't push much longer than the super softs anyway.
I think they're double the life of the
Super
Supers.
softs. I mean,
Yeah, but this
so
track
these
does
strategy
do a
of
lot of tyre wear
Brandon's
on your...
Lecky.
It's very
could pull off at
abrasive.
Lucky's.
Mm.
The strategy with Bob and the Brandon could pull off.
Squiddy's
There we
going
go.
to softs.
And it looks like Max is now in.
What tyre wear he will... what tyre will he go on to?
We will find
I
out.
reckon-
We'll look at what tyres he will be coming on.
Looks like it is the
It
soft
is
Softs?
the softs. And Stella Bob goes for
The
the
soft
fastest lap
softs.
and now jumps up to third. This is going to be a little bit interesting because it looks like Brandon's going to be... He's coming up the end of the back straight. Can Max keep his position for fourth? Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. But will he keep it until the turn up to turn 4?
And Max is on the fresh, quicker tyres, so
Well,
Yeah, but
some
Brandon was
fresh
having
tyres,
a
but the softs are a little bit cold, and the mediums they've got some life, and it looks like Brandon's going to try and go for a
Some huge
move.
lock up from Ninja now.
Both of these cars are struggling to get the power down. So here comes the DRS, which, to be honest, that straight is just pointless to use DRS. Because the straight is that small.
Yeah, but it gives you a little bit of extra boost.
A little bit more of a leeway, yeah. So as we go on to lap 8 of 33, Nath and Nicky Taylor are in front, with Snapladder Bob in third and gaining.
Yeah, and them three.
Max goes a little bit.
Max.
A little bit more
Oh, and Brandon.
a little bit straight, and then same goes for Brandon. Goes a little bit wide onto turn 3.
Squiddy just doing the fastest lap on the 120.6, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was a 120.6.
Let me just check. Yeah, 120.6.
There you go. That's the fastest lap so far at the moment. Oh, still the closest battle. We have Max and Brandon. And it does actually look like Brandon's struggling to keep his ERS charge at a at high usage.
Mm. Is that due to the fact that it's got like engine problems, or?
I think it could possibly be another problem. Because Lecky's now entering the fray now.
Yeah, and that all also has shown it's got pace on this track.
Yeah, I think Toro Rosso's yet to make an upgrade at the moment.
Mm.
And Lecky is actually gaining on Brandon quite well. Brandon now loses a lot of time.
Mm.
So I think the Force India's got an ERS problem. I think, if I'm right, it's the energy store that's worn. That does the overall capacity of the energy recovery system.
Yep.
But Lecky's closing on Brandon.
Closing on Brandon. And we'll have a look. And Nicky Taylor's gone into the pits. As Lecky is on, got DRS enabled, closing that gap ever so slightly. He has a little bit of a peak, but he's a bit too far back.
Taylor's gone on to mediums.
So now going to Ginger Ninja Max, and he is closing on to Step Ladder Bob. He's less than 2 seconds. You can see Step Ladder Bob going past your screen. And there you see Brandon and Lecky battling out. Lecky's now closing the gap now. It's now less than half a second. He goes a little bit too aggressive in the upcut in the end of the third sector, but it looks like he's closed the gap ever so slightly. So he's going to use the slipstream and the tow on Brandon. As Lecky goes down the inside, but Brandon defends
Brandon pulls it back.
beautifully. I think Lecky was trying to go for a little bit of a lunge. But Brandon doing very well to defend the Toro Rosso. Made his car look a lot wider, and Lecky struggled to get the overtake done. The gap between Nathan and Step Ladder Bob is now less than. There's almost 2.5 seconds separated. Bob and Max is 1.5 seconds separated. And the gap between Max and Brandon is increasing every lap.
Wouldn't an eighth is the one that hasn't put it in yet.
He's yet to make a pit stop, that is correct. Let's not forget, he hasn't done qualifying.
Nope.
So as we see, Lecky is now going to be enabling DRS is a little bit more closer. As Brandon now tries to break the slipstream.
Outside line.
Lecky's now going onto the inside and now goes onto the outside. This is good racing between the two. Some slight contact, but Lecky's now got the inside, but Brandon holds his outside line and keeps fourth.
Looks like Lecky backed out a little bit though.
Right, we're now going to Step Ladder Bob, who's now battling for the lead. We're going to Nave. It does actually look like that his soft tyres is now almost at the end. Or, oh yeah, you can see his front left blistering massively. The stepladder Bob now overtakes Nathan and Holt now secures the lead. Ginger Ninja Max is now going to be joining the party of the battle as well. Lecky is slow. He's also maintaining the gap between him and Brandon. Ginger Ninja Max is still wrestling the car of the Haas, and Nathan is staying out.
Yeah, but it's got a Haas moving down that neck of that Mercedes, and the Haas overtakes him.
Haas
Nice
made it
and
look
clean.
easy,
Yeah.
and he's now going to start the hunt. As Lecky now tries to look for a move, but nowhere to be seen. Brandon had a little bit of a tag slapper mid-corner of turn 2. And Lecky is now starting to get the after effects of the dirty air.
Yep.
As you can see, as we see, Nath is now starting to struggle on the worn softs. So now has to be now being extra cautious around this track. Oh, gets a slight sudden jolt off of that off-cambered corner. So now gets to the end of the 13th lap, and he is now going to be pitting. As we see Lecky.
Lecky.
He's going to be thinking of going for a move again, but Brandon is bobbing and weaving and needs to stop.
Oh, never got
Which
that.
almost caused some collateral damage.
Was that
And he needs to be
intentional,
very
or was
careful.
that accidental?
He needs to be very careful. Bobbing
That's
and
the
weaving.
question. Was that intentional or was that accidental? We don't know.
Do not know. We have to find out if the drivers
Comes
have
Nath out
recorded
on the
it.
mediums.
We have to find out if either Lecky or Brandon has recorded it. We can't do anything. And hopefully it will be informed by the stewards. As Ginger Ninja Max is 1.1 seconds behind Bob.
And climbing.
It's just fluctuating a little bit. 1 point
Maybe
Max
he's
is faster,
just-
but the other
Maybe
Bob's
he's
faster.
Maybe Max is not having a high enough rear wing.
So either that or the rear anti-roll bars a little bit low. As Brandon again
With Brendan again
weaving.
is weaving. It's like he's teasing Lecky to
It's
charge
either,
him.
it's either that or he's also he's struggling to get the temperature on the mediums.
Yeah, well, if he's struggling to get temperature on the mediums, how come he's not doing that the other duo? So no.
I think by knowing that Brandon is struggling on the mediums, it was when he was trying to keep up with Max.
Oh, Max on the stubble on Bob, and Max over to Bob.
Oh, kind of missed
And
that
it
a
looks
little
like
bit.
it's alright, just looked up, that's all.
Go back onto the battle with Lecky and Brandon. Looks like Lecky's got the chicane perfectly.
Yeah, Brendan goes all the way to the left.
Weaving again.
All the way to... Brendan goes all the way to the right.
but it looks like he's going to be
Yes.
paying the price as Lecky now goes
Oh,
down
they'll
the
pay
inside
contact.
onto turn 1, and Brandon's going to keep the outside line onto turn 2, but Lecky
Is it the
seems
inside
like
again?
he's got it very, very well onto turn 3. Brandon though is
But
still
turn
behind
4,
Lecky. And onto turn 4.
Step Ladder Bob is catched up with Max.
Lecky, Brandon's still keeping up with Lecky. It looks like Lecky's now struggling onto the soft tyres. Brandon goes a little bit wide and almost hits the gravel trap a little bit.
And that doesn't stop him.
Lucky Denson.
Brandon, sorry. Oh,
backs
again.
off.
Brandon hitting the raised curb. He's lost
But
it
there's a
2.5
battle for
tenths.
first between Ginger Ninja Max and Step Ladder Bob as they go down the main straight.
Well, look at Step Ladder Bob is now going to be reeling the Haas.
He's
Both
got
of them with
DRS
Ferrari
and
engines, the
he's
current
looking
Ferrari
Brandon's
Go
got
on the
DRS.
Go on the outside.
Brandon's got DRS on Lecky and goes on the inside.
Step Ladder Bob
Slight
is still
contact.
battle.
Oh,
And he goes on the outside.
Step Ladder Bob went a little bit onto the AstroTurf onto approaching turn 3, and now he has to do it all over again.
And at that point, Brandon's
Brandon's getting back to third. We're going to the fourth corner.
Right now,
now.
16 laps left into the Spanish Grand Prix of GP1.1. Good as follows: Ginger Ninja Max is in first, Step Ladder Bob in second, Brandon in third, Lecky fourth, Squiddy fifth, Nicky Taylor sixth, Nafe seventh. No retirements at the moment.
Bob is quite close to Max.
The biggest
To
loser
go
at
into
the
the
moment is
final.
Squiddy, who's gone down by four
Two
four
corners.
places.
Yeah.
But the biggest
They come
winner
in the
at
first
the moment
last
is Lecky,
corner.
who's got not Lecky,
Bob
Brandon,
might
who's
even
gone
get
by
the
two.
DRS on Max.
And
And
Step
he
Ladder
will.
Like,
Bob.
Step Ladder Bob is going to use the toe. Go for the outside line again.
But will he have the inside?
Where's a Clyde? There's a kit.
Slight contact. There's been some
Must be big
contact,
contact then
but we
Ginger
don't
Ninja
know
Max is
what
in.
was the substantial amount of contact that it was.
It's just a nudge on the
Must
front
be
left
enough
tyre
contact to
of
fall.
Max, I think. As Bob didn't leave enough room for Max on the inside.
I think we'll find out in the stewards. As long as the drivers have recorded it. And forward to one of the
Yeah.
stewards, and it looks like looks like Max is now losing grip.
The Nafe is catching up on Taylor. The Nafe overtook Taylor.
Does look like that Max is now losing grip on the softs. As we look at the sky, it is now starting to get overcast.
Will there be rain?
Only time will tell.
That's
Again, Max wrestling that car.
ooh, Lecky's
It
gone
looks
to the
like
pits.
Lecky's going in.
Yep. That will give Squiddy and the Nafe a huge boost.
Well, and it looks like Squiddy's going in.
That will give the Nafe a huge boost.
No, this actually gives Lecky an advantage. Lecky will now hold.
Yeah, but will he?
Oh, but it
no.
looks like Nafe is going to jump. Lecky, as Nicky Taylor was trying to use the tower for Lecky.
And I think he actually does if he gets it right.
But it looks like Lecky's on
No.
another set
Oh,
of
Lecky.
softs.
Big battle between Lecky and Taylor.
They're going back onto
Has to
Ginger
go
Ninja
side
Squid
by
Max.
is
side.
on the mediums.
The side by side. into turn 5. Nick goes onto the gravel a little bit, and Lecky takes his position.
Step ladder bobs in, and Max is staying out.
Guess Max is doing the 2-stop, but at that longer time.
I'm not sure, but I have a sinking feeling that Max could be going for another set of soup or another set of softs.
But we never know.
Yeah. Go on to Nicky Taylor. Back of Lecky. Using the toe. Oh, not enough.
Max off.
And I think Brandon's getting some blistering on his mediums as well. Oh, looks like Max is gone. Trying to stay on that, on the softs, another lap. It seems to have cost him a little bit.
Yeah, but has he done damage to the wing?
It doesn't look like it though. As Brandon now pits. This means
So does
as if Max pits, which he does, step ladder Bob will be in the lead.
My question is, will the Nave catch up? Will the Nave overtake?
The thing is though is that we got Lecky's behind him. He's having a little look. Brandon keeps second.
The Nave's got time, don't they?
That could be a game changer, that could cost him.
Yep, and I think, to be honest, that's the only one I've seen today.
Nicky Taylor's got one, I think.
I'm not sure. We'll have to find out at the end.
We'll find out at the end of the race. As we see Lecky's now closing the gap onto an 8th.
I think our guest has fallen asleep again, like he did last week.
Oh, looks like Nate's gone a little bit on the gravel trap as Lecky now secures 3rd. But Nath has now got DRS. But it looks like it is done. Lecky's now on the charge of Brandon.
Yep.
Driver of the day is going to be very, very difficult, especially on the top 3. Step ladder Bob goes fastest with a 1:19.9. 1:19.8. Sorry.
It's alright, we always get a number as well. Yeah, it's a tough one, but I have one person in mind.
Nicky Taylor with another penalty.
But I will give my prediction at lap 27 if you want, Phil. 26, 27?
I'll say lap 29.
Okay, 29.
Oh, Lecky's got a penalty.
Well, now they gotta be careful, because both Nath and Lecky's got penalties.
At the moment, with 11 laps to go, Stamp Ladder Bob is now in the lead, and Max has now got a penalty.
And yet he is our first place predictors.
First place prediction.
Yeah. But sadly, our guest is not here at the moment because he's gone quiet.
After that, he's just letting us do our job.
God damn it. Who decided to make him a cameraman?
I don't
Oh,
know,
he's
but
alive.
also, oh, Max has gone into the pits
This is good. Oh, he's retired in
and
the
he's
pits.
retiring. That's a bit of an upset for Haas for GP1.1.
Yeah, especially what brilliant start they had this
GP
weekend.
in GP3, yeah.
Mm.
Very unfortunate from Haas there.
But we don't know what result they're going to
There's a
get
yellow
from
flag.
GP2.
And obviously it's Ginger Ninja Max retiring. So now just 10 laps to go. Stepladder Bob still leads, with Brandon 4.7 seconds behind, and Lecky 3 seconds behind Brandon. As we now go onto the leader, Lecky is less than 8 seconds. Well, it's now 8 seconds, and there's a yellow flag.
But I think that might just
Oh,
be
it's no one.
Ninja's Max. And that'd be just Max's car. Just
Could be Max's car just being towed.
Yeah. Sadly, Codemasters won't actually let us see the car being towed. It would have been a good
No.
feature, but
Would be a good
maybe they
feature.
do
It
that
would be a
for-
lot better to have the damage model changed.
But that'll be probably for Formula 1 2019.
No, I think we'll probably get in Formula 1 2022.
Also have to just give it at like 30-22. So what?
He's now losing a lot of time, and it looks like Lecky's now getting some energy store problems. His ERS management is hovering into the 40%.
Sorry, I don't know what I had that somewhere.
There you see Stepladder Bob on the horizon as it starts lap 25 of 33. 8 laps to go.
George, you need to think of a contender for driver of the day in 4 laps. So you got into lap 29. Choose wisely. Because
It's
there's
been a hard
actually
decision.
because there's 2 up there that I'm thinking for. I think
I've got
one
3.
might take it.
Oh, no.
There you go.
Yep, Ginger Ninja Max has
Oh,
left the
I've
session.
got 6 then.
What?
6?
Did I just said I
No.
got 6?
No, I've got 2.
Right, you got 2.
What
Okay.
GP are you watching if you got 6?
Well, it's not 7
think
because
it's-
Ginger Max is out.
Oh yeah, I would give everybody driver of the day because they all drove well until one crashed out. Oh, Bob went off wide.
Oh, and it looks like Bob's lost it.
God damn it! Whenever we do like a jokey type thing, something happens.
I
Need to
think
stop
it's the
doing that.
curse. When we start talking about driver of the day, it's a curse.
Yeah, I think
happened last
definitely
week.
now I've definitely got one in mind.
Now this will shape things up, and it looks like Nath is now pitting. Have a look on what tyre he'll be going on. And it's the
Oh, Bob, Brandon.
Supers.
No, Bob actually. Bob
Bob
got
again.
wing damage. Bob has wing damage.
Yeah, he has.
I think them soft tyres are wearing
Yeah.
out very.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got left wing damage.
I think Bob might have to pit in soon.
And I think not only that, I think his tyre temp, inner tyre carcass has shot up.
Yeah. So he might have, well, he's gonna have to pit in now. I was him. Change that wing.
Yeah.
Get onto a fresh pair of softs.
This means that Nicky Taylor will be
In third.
jumping up to 3rd.
But we're
So hasn't
steady
he got all
over
them time
2.4
penalties?
seconds. Although Squiddy only 3.2 seconds behind him, and we all know, well, we know that Taylor has time penalties,
Yeah, so it could be close.
so Squiddy might actually take third
Yeah.
on this shambismal of a start.
Anything can happen.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say. Oh, looks like
and
Bob's
Bob's
gone.
out.
Bob
He
lost
hit
it
the
on the
pit
entry.
wall.
He
Yeah.
hit the pit wall.
So I have to be careful around that corner. And they're struggling.
I think it's because when he had that front wing damage, it understeers his car a little bit.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Squiddy because of the pace that he's suddenly getting from those mediums.
Well,
I
I
think
said my driver of the day.
I think for Squiddy, if he tries and reduce that gap very quickly, I think he'll be I think we should give him driver of the day.
Yeah, but I was probably
Oh,
thinking
no,
of giving it to. I was going to say the same thing then. Well, George would thought the same thing. Oh my god.
Getting from 5th.
Yeah, I would
I
say
believe
Brandon go
fifth
5th,
first.
having some
Of course
problems with
he
the
had-
car.
Plus, he had some good battles with Lecky.
Yeah, very, very good battles with Lecky.
I'm proud of Nicky though. A very clean race this week.
That's just a
It's
good one.
8th.
I'm very proud of Nicky Taylor with a clean race this week.
Well, playing with two characters. But, yeah.
Oh, it does
gotta
look
do
like
James
that
Williams is sorted this
Squiddy
track.
is reeling him in.
Yeah. And plus, Nick's been on those medians for 18 laps, while Squiddy's been on them for 9. So,
Double.
maybe,
That means they are twice as fresh.
maybe
As
it's
Nicky
time
Taylor
for Nick
tries to defend on Squiddy. As they go up to the fast corner and onto DRS.
Maybe it's time
Oh,
for
there's been a
Nick
little
to
bit of a
go into the
squeeze.
pits. Maybe Taylor should go to the pits.
He is getting some points though, nonetheless.
Yeah. Oh, little bit of contact.
Oh, both of them out.
Both of them made
Wow.
contact.
It looks like Squiddy basically gave him a tug.
Oh, and
again.
Squiddy went on the
And
track.
again with contact. That looks like it's a vent of frustration.
Yeah, so I think they're both going to have to pit in.
The thing is,
Well, Squiddy's
Nicky's
gonna
got that
stay
time
out.
penalty.
Squiddy's staying
Well,
out.
Nicky's got that time penalty, so
Yeah, but it looks like Squiddy's got some wing damage.
Squiddy got wing damage. I think he got a little bit too close on Nicky Taylor's gearbox onto that
30
corner.
seconds behind Lakey.
Yeah, but now Nick's gone on to supers.
Yeah, Nicky Taylor's now gone on to super softs.
Well, and then Taylor takes him.
And is on super softs.
Yeah, so
It's gonna be-
Squiddy's gonna have to be careful.
They both are pushing them tyres quite into the race, and the same thing as what Bob did in front of Brandon. Couldn't control the car, not very grip.
I think I'd actually, off the driver of the day, I think I'd actually give it to Lecky. Because this is his first podium.
Oh yeah. Oh, so this weekend's literally full of surprises then.
This is his first podium.
Yeah, because I believe someone in GP3
Oh, and we know
got
it's
their
you.
first podium. Phil, thanks. Phil. Now you just ruin it for people that wanted to watch it.
Well, it is available. Well, it is available to be rewatched on stream.
Yeah, but I didn't want to give him spoilers, but now you gave him spoilers. Great. Didn't receive a lot of
Reason
freaking
why-
fan mail
reason-
saying congrats.
As Nave sets the fastest lap with a 1:19.7.
Yeah,
1:19.9,
yeah,
Phil.
also-
1:19.7.
we also realised that the Nath was supposed to be in GP1, not GP1.1, so whatever points he gets in this, he won't be,
Getting
able to
points
get them
in GP1 if he races.
Hmm.
But hopefully this will be his last time to be racing GP1.1.
His one and only time.
So we're on to lap 31 of 33. Brandon is leading
So-
with Lecky, 5.4 seconds.
We need to be on an agreement on who we're choosing.
Oh,
Brandon
I'm
or
still staying
Lecky?
with Brandon.
I'm saying Lecky.
Now I'm in the predicament here. I think it's both Brandon and Nicky had really good battles in third and in fourth and fifth. So I'm going to say many places Lecky get it. I'm gonna give it to Lecky.
Okay. Then it will be confirmed. Lecky will be given, has been officially been given driver of the day. After having a very good average short qualifying session. And kept his pace through and through and having tremendous battles with Brandon. So congratulations to Lecky.
It looks like Brandon is gonna
Just
sure how far it is, but it's
ask
catching up to Nath.
Phil, see if Lecky has a. Does Lecky have a mic?
I think he has.
Or does he know? Well, if he doesn't and he doesn't want to join, then just.
Well, if he joins but he doesn't have a mic, just message him saying how the race went and whatnot.
Yeah.
Brandon's catching up to Nath.
Brandon's catching up to the back marker.
Has already lapped Lecky already.
But yeah, that's Taylor.
Yeah, but Taylor's got to be careful now because he's on the straight, but he's going to have to give Lecky the overtake because blue flag.
Yeah.
Ignoring the blue flag.
But it'd be on the straight, I guess.
We'll now go on to lap 30 on the last lap. We'll double check and see if Nicky Taylor is going to be letting Lecky through, but it doesn't look like it because you have to be 1.2 seconds between the two.
Yep,
There's still blue
Blue
flags
flag.
coming up,
just
Blue
seeing
flags
blue
is
flag.
coming up.
and they've got a 3-second time penalty.
Right, so we'll give Brandon some stream time. After a memorable performance at Azerbaijan. After a commendable performance at Azerbaijan and secured a Force India 1-2 with Aaron Dazzler in first and Brandon in second. His pace managed to kept going through for this race after trying to go for the same technique that he had in Azerbaijan, but really managed to improve by 700ths and subsequently started in 5th. But by the looks of it, he kept his nerve, kept his focus, kept his momentum, had his eye on the prize, and has now secured some more points and a lot more points for Force India as Brandon crosses the line to win the Spanish Grand Prix for Force India, with Lecky, the first podium, gets second.
Congrats to
He had a great
Brandon and
race.
Lecky.
All the
Great
drivers,
race.
he had a
Brandon
great
and
race.
Lecky.
And with
That's
Squiddy,
Squiddy.
who's... Oh,
After,
um,
after having a slight hiccup
yeah.
at lap 4, he managed to hold his nerve and stay composed. Even though there was some controversy with Nicky Taylor and himself. But he has
Especially at
secured the last
back
spot.
And the Nathan's retiring.
And Nathan has retired, so we won't be getting well, it's the 95% rule, but
It's on the last lap.
we have to make sure if it's not
So.
deliberate.
I don't know because I didn't check. Wasn't on it.
So there we go. Strong performance from Brandon there to secure first, with Lecky getting his first podium for GRL for season 3, and also for Toro Rosso, and Squiddy for securing the third and last podium spot. Screenshot the race results, Owen, without the penalties.
Or one step ahead of you.
So there we have it for the Spanish Grand Prix. Brandon secures some more points for Force India, getting 25 points after starting 5th and now finishing in 1st. Lecky from starting in 4th finishes in 2nd, getting 18 points for Toro Rosso, and Squiddy in 3rd to round up the podium spot after starting in 1st and then losing it at lap 4, gets 15 points for Red Bull. So we will be speaking to the podium sitters, so make sure to tick the box.
Well,
That's
Lecky,
okay, Lecky. You can
just
message Owen on how your race went.
And
So we'll be starting off with Brandon. Brandon, I think that must be the pinnacle of your performance here at GRL.
That was.
Apart from qualifying, what was there? It seems there was a problem.
To be honest, I don't know what happened in qualifying. I wanted to. I did like a banker time on the super softs, and then before the line, just slow down a bit so I could guarantee start with the softs.
Yeah.
Then I went on the softs, and I was like up by like 6 temps, and I invalidated it. So I recharged the battery, fuel, and everything, and then went again, but more cautiously because I wanted to get the soft tires on the start. And somehow just narrowly made it, even though I messed up on the final sector. Lost about 8 temps on. So
it does sound like that you was trying to maximise the track limits, but you seem to have just pushed it a little bit too far.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate from you there. But you started in 5th, and then in the race, totally different story.
I know. Had a good start. Defended Nicky Taylor and Nate, who had a brilliant start compared to me. Got alongside, I think it was Lecky, but kept position. And then I basically battled him the whole race, Lecky, which is credit to him. It was good wheel to wheel racing.
It was actually spectacular racing between you and Lecky. I think it was going on for like about 5 to 6 laps.
Yeah, I think there was like a little train what happened when Bob lost the rear end and I had to try and avoid him, but smashed the rear end, and like it was like a domino effect. So then I had to change my strategy. So I was going to go soft, mediums. Then I changed it to medium softs so I can maximise the speed at the end.
Yeah.
Which benefit me in the end.
But you managed to keep your composure, and you was in the zone throughout the entirety of the race. I'd say I think there was something happening in lap 4. I think when it was the continuation of the train from lap 1.
What happened? I don't know. I know when I hit Bob, I just went into the pits.
I think that might have been. I think that was the problem. But well done. If is there any other questions from Owen? Well, Owen for Brandon.
I have one, and it's linked with the next race. Do you think your car is comfortable around Monaco? And
To be
also,
honest,
how do you think it's going to be?
I don't think no one can predict Monaco. That's just an unpredictable track, to be honest. It's like, if you can survive the walls, then you're going to get a good result, I think, in the day. And
Hmm.
hopefully Daz is back for next weekend so we can maximise the points of Force India.
Yeah. Is there any other questions you would like to say, George, to Brandon?
No, just a very good race from
Cheers.
Brandon and the
I
rest of
think
the
the key
drivers.
to I think the key to that was tyre wear. Everyone seemed to struggle, and I just seemed to manage it the whole race. And that might have helped in my favour
Yeah,
as well.
I think tyre wear was your big bet. Was a big factor for you to secure a race win for Force India and some more valuable points.
Cheers.
So congratulations on getting your win around Spain.
Cheers.
We will. Well, we were going to be going to Lecky for the interview, but his mic is a bit poor. But I think you've got the message, Owen.
Not yet. Just sent the message now. I was doing it as you was doing the interview.
Right. Okay.
So we'll
We'll
go to
go.
George.
We'll go to Squiddy. A very, very good, strong qualifying for you. Were you portraying to be starting on the super softs, or were you struggling to try and settle up on the softs?
I was going to go for the softs, but I invalidated, so I had 2 opportunities to get a good lap in, and that happened, which was a 1:17.0. Close between me and Max. I didn't know he was that quick around here, so fair play to him. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Owen was quite surprised at how quick Max was in qualifying, because it did actually look like that Haas made a secret, a stealthy upgrade without any of us realising.
Yeah.
So we went into the race, and you went off to an okay start, and you managed to pull away with Max. But then, by the looks of it, your tyres just went.
Yeah, it did. It just absolutely shreds. It was. Yeah, again, Max and me side by side into turn 1 and that. But the tyres were just gone. I don't know what the hell was going on with them. It's just, I just look at the percentage. Oh my god, I was like 60%. And then when I made that mistake, I thought I was just out the race. But it turned out not to. So I had to pit, get front wing damage repaired, put on the softs, trying to go for a little different strategy. Didn't go for
Yeah.
mediums because a bit slow for starters, so I went softs. Just had to keep it on track, and then I pitted again. But this time I went for mediums because I thought softs would go to the end about 17 to 20 laps, I think it was. So I went on mediums, and then about lap 26 saw Bob and Max make mistakes. So that quite surprised me because I thought Max would just win that race, but he didn't.
We noticed.
So
We did notice that with. I think Max lost it at the. If I can picture the track, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn 9, he lost it. I think he was trying to stay another lap on the soft tyres.
Yeah. And it's same happened to Bob as well, and I felt
it was the
really
same
bad for them.
staying with Bob as well.
So I got to 4th, and then
got up to, yeah.
But I do not want to talk about me and Nikki Taylor. It's just.
Well, I was
Just don't
gonna
wanna
tell
talk.
you a question about that, but I'm glad that you're one step ahead and you're not gonna comment it.
Yeah. Just don't
Did
want to
you
talk about it.
get the recording of it? And
No, sadly not. I thought Don't know.
Right,
For
so it
some
looks like
reason.
that Taylor will be getting away with that, and we did see it. When me and Owen was looking at the battle between you and Nicky Taylor, I thought it was going to be very, very interesting. But when
Yeah.
that happened,
Well,
we were
Is it on stream though?
we were stunned. Yeah, it is.
yeah, it's on stream.
Yeah, good.
But
At least
I
that's
got it.
something.
I kind of looked from your perspective, Squiddy, and it seems like the car was pushing Taylor a little bit to the right, but I don't.
It looks
know
like
if
I
it
that's
looked
think
like
Nicky's.
constant.
Wait, you carry on.
at streamer's point of view. Well, as a streamer, it looked like the Red Bull got magnetised with the Williams.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But
But
I
it's
think
completely different to the
Taylor's.
racer's point of view.
I tried to pass him like a lot of times, but he just kept moving so late. So
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on with him. I think he was just not in the mood. But again, I'll take thirds after a good comeback.
Get some more
Didn't deserve
valuable
it.
points for Red Bull,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and I think you'll be still in the contendership for the Drivers' Championship, even though you did miss one race.
Yeah.
Any questions you would like to say, Owen, to Squiddy?
Yeah. I have one question, and that's considering now you still entire race for obviously the title, but the next race is Monaco, and that track can literally do anything. Well, can actually ruin your race or even improve it. As we've seen, you had a little bit issues with the Red Bull at Spain. Will there be any like little upgrades to your car for Monaco, or will it just be like the same car for Monaco?
I think it's just about keeping on track. Don't hit the barriers. Just make sure you're not pitting every time after you get front wing damage. It's just a hard track to keep the car in control.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens next week and see if I can get some good points for Red Bull
Mm-hmm.
and for the
Well,
Drivers'
congratulations
Championship
to you, Squiddy, for getting the last podium spot. And I think Owen's got a message from Lecky.
Yeah, I got 4 messages from him actually.
Oh.
Yes, Licky, that is enough messages. Thank you.
Okay, go on.
I asked him saying how his race went, and do you think his strategy worked, and also what does he think the car is ready for Monaco? And he says that the race was quite hard because of front wing damage, but he didn't make any mistakes like the rest of the group did. For Monaco, he was a little bit nervous considering that one mistake can actually finish a race, but he doesn't think he's going to be consistent enough to make it clean.
Yep.
But for the race strategy for Spain, he said it worked very well, stretched out 2 soft tyres, which in the end he was struggling with, and he's saying fair play to Brandon with the battles, and also fair play to him managing his tyres perfectly while he didn't.
Yeah.
So
Well done to you, Lucky. So we're now going to Driver of the Day, which was actually quite close. It was a 2-1 vote. And I think it's fitting enough to give it to Lecky to get his first podium for his GRL career. A very good strategy for what he did, and having tremendous battles with Brandon going on for like 4 to 6 laps.
the funny part is, as you said that, he sent a message saying cheers. So that was perfect timing.
Well, yeah, congratulations, Lecky, for getting Driver of the Day. And that will be it for the Spanish Grand Prix for GP1.1. Tune in tomorrow for GP1 for the Spanish Grand Prix. Will we possibly see some more changes for the podiums, or will Urban Unicorn try and fight that spark again after struggling at Azerbaijan? We'll never know. So we'll be seeing you tomorrow for GP1, but for 1.1 it'll be next week, which will be Monaco. Can Force India stretch the gap on the Constructors' Championship, or can the Red Bull or the Toro Rosso close the gap on not only the Drivers' Championship but the World Constructors' Championship. We'll be finding out next week around the Monaco Grand Prix. This has been It's Full 17, and I was with Owen and George Bale, and we'll be seeing you again in GP 1.1 next week. See ya.
Goodbye.